For project details, visit RebeccaNewbern.com. This project was originally created for earth science students in middle school. Today we're going to start with a cloud booklet, and your paper is going to be 12 inches by 18 inches. I'm using a smaller piece of paper for the demo just so you can see it all on the document camera to get as much in the filming as possible. So first off, you're going to take your paper and you're going to lay it portrait style. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the paper in half. And this is kind of where the details really make a difference. So like if I fold it like this, you can see how my edging is not very neat. So I want to be as precise as possible because this is where kind of the attention to detail is really going to show up in your final product. So really making sure those corners are together and then kind of coming out and doing a crease. Same thing going to the other edge, flipping it around, getting those corners as aligned as possible, and then kind of moving my hand out and doing a crease. So now that I've got the edges aligned up, then I can kind of come down and do a nice crease on my paper. Now we're going to fold this into 5 pieces. Your dimensions are going to be 9 centimeters. Now the strategy that I found that works the best is by the edge, you're going to measure your 9 centimeters. Like I said, for my purposes today, I'm using a different number because I'm using a different size sheet of paper. So, but yours is going to be, and don't write 9 centimeters on it, I'm doing it for your benefit. So 9 centimeters down, and then I'm going to flip the paper around, and from the other side, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to come down 9 centimeters. Okay, once again, I am not doing 9 centimeters because my paper is different than yours. Okay, so I'm making another mark. I'm going to put it darker so you can see it. Okay, once again, yours is going to be light enough that you can see it, dark enough that you can see it, but light enough that you can remove it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, I'm going to kind of flip it over, and I'm going to fold it back so that my fold will be on that mark. Now, what I really want to do is, where I'm paying attention to is that I want this folded edge to be my really clean edge. So I'm going to make sure that when I fold it, that this edge and that edge are perfectly lined up as best as I can get it. And then I'm right on that mark that I made. Okay. Then I'm going to turn my paper around, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to look for that mark. Okay, there's my mark down there. Okay, right next to the 9 centimeter mark. I mean, just next to where I wrote 9 centimeters. And I'm going to fold the paper back. Once again, I want this creased edge to be as lined up and perfect as possible, because if I can pay attention to details here, it will look better. And even with paying attention, sometimes it's not quite perfect, but at least it's a good start. Now, I could measure 9 centimeters again, but instead I'm going to use the 2 pieces that I already created as my measuring tool. So I'm going to flip the paper over, and I'm going to basically fold, see where this tab is? I'm going to use that as my guide point. Okay, oopsie, and you see how I didn't pay a lot of attention? Well, you can't see it very well, but I'm going to once again make sure the creased edges are nice and as clean as possible. And if I open it up, you see I've got this whole area that also needs to be folded. So I'm going to take this and once again use the piece that was measured as my guide. I can fold right to where that other mark is. Once again, making sure the folded side is really neat. Now, so I've got these folds here, and what I want to do is I want them to see like this here. If you look from the top, if I wanted to fold it like a book, like the first piece kind of folds, the second piece kind of folds, and then this third piece is a little bit wonky, so I'm just going to crease it backwards. Okay, so I'm kind of getting a little zigzaggy here. And then you can see this last piece doesn't, so fold nicely. And this last piece, all I'm going to do is just fold it the other direction. Okay. So that's how you fold it. And once again, what you're going to do is when you pull it out straight like this, The opening should be at the bottom. So here it is, I'm opening it at the bottom. When I fold it back up, okay, nice and neatly, this is now going to be my cover. So you're going to take and you're going to make marks on it with your ruler, and we'll do that in the next video. So this will